Hello everyone and welcome to LEGO Star Wars Hot Takes, episode 33. As always, if you have any hot takes or controversial opinions about LEGO Star Wars that you want me to discuss next week, make sure to go ahead and drop them down in the comments below. But without further ado, hopping right into it, this first one comes from The Scowl. He says, hot take, a lot of pauldrons and wastegapes made for custom figs look bad, especially the ones with pouches and ammo belts sticking off of them. And yes, I agree with you. I think I've talked about this in the past, but I've actually never been the biggest fan of super hyper detailed custom figures, and this is in no way hate towards any of the custom figure companies out there. I respect what they do, and I'm friends with a lot of them actually, but sometimes it seems like it's just a competition of how much detail we can cram onto one figure, and it just ends up making it look pretty tacky in my opinion. And I think your comment about over detailed wastegapes kind of perfectly fits into that category. I mean, when you look at some of these custom clone troopers that people are selling, it's like there's just so much going on that it kind of just looks like a mess. I know that sounds pretty harsh, and again, it's in no way hate to these guys, but I just think a lot of these figures look pretty tacky. There's just so much printing on the legs and the arms, and you have side leg printing and back leg printing, and I think some companies actually do hand printing now, and in my opinion, I just think that's too far. Again, it just comes off as a competition of how much detail we can cram onto these little figures. I definitely don't think this way about all custom figures though, because some of them actually do look pretty good because they make them look like a figure LEGO themselves would actually make. I guess GCC is the best example of this because those custom clone troopers look like clone troopers that LEGO themselves would produce because they're not so overly detailed like some other ones. But yeah, overall, I think too often custom figures just go too crazy on the details and then it just makes the figure come off as tacky. And I know I kind of went down a rabbit hole and strayed away from your comment that was specifically about wastegapes, but it all falls in the same category. And continuing on with the topic of wastegapes, but not in regards to custom figures, this next one comes from Keenan Wilson. He says, I didn't even know the printed wastegapes were supposed to be wastegapes until someone pointed it out. And I'm gonna be honest, when I first saw the printed wastegapes on clone troopers and snow troopers in 2022, I didn't think they were supposed to be wastegapes either, until of course everyone started talking about it. But when I first saw them, I do remember thinking that it was just supposed to be extra detail on the legs, because they don't look like wastegapes at all. That's how bad they are. They're just two little slivers on the sides of these clones' legs that don't do anything. And I'm gonna be honest, at this point, if LEGO isn't gonna give us actual cloth wastegapes again, they should at least just stop printing them and make them normal legs, because again, the two slivers on the side just do not look good. This next one comes from Dr. Doom. He says, hot take, the 2024 Sarlacc pit is overhated. It's the price holding it back. It has 2 really good builds and 4 good/decent minifigures, not including Boba Fett. And I'm so happy someone is finally saying this because for the most part, I agree with you. I think the builds in this set are beautiful. I mean, in my opinion, I think it's easily the best Desert Skiff and Sarlacc pit LEGO was made, and it's honestly not even close. The Sarlacc pit especially, I mean, it looks so much better than the older ones they made in the past. I mean, it's almost like a diorama because it's so big and there's so much terrain built around it, and I really like that. I genuinely think it looks really good. However, again, it is overpriced at $80, which is disappointing because that kind of overshadowed the quality of the builds. And also, of course, it includes the episode 5 version of Boba Fett and not the episode 6 version. And also, another problem I've had with this set is that it doesn't include a weakway or some type of bad guy to drive the actual Desert Skiff itself. And I think for the $80 price tag, they could have included that extra figure, but they didn't. I mean, yeah, this set definitely does have its cons, but the builds are very high quality and look really good. And like you, I wish more people would acknowledge that. Moving on though, this next one comes from Miguel Martinez. He says, hot take, the 2017 Republic fighter tank is the best one out of the 3 fighter tanks. And just like the last one, this is another one that I strongly agree with. I've been saying for a long time now that the 2017 fighter tank is the best one out of the 3. And it's because it's pretty much 100% accurate to what this vehicle looks like in Battlefront 2. It's small, it's compact, it's sleek, and it's detailed, and LEGO just did an amazing job at capturing it here. And I've always thought it's better than the original 2008 model. As cool and as epic as that model is, it's one, oversized, and also I've never really liked how it doesn't have any other minifigures besides just 2 clone troopers. I wish it included some battle droids or something, but then we have this 2017 model which kind of just does everything better. It might not be as big and as epic as the original one, but it's pretty much 100% accurate and it has more minifigures. And then the newest one from 2022, it's just ugly. The only good thing about that set are the minifigures. So yeah, I do strongly think this is the best one out of the 3. Don't get me wrong, the 2008 model is great, but in my opinion, yes, I do think this one is better. Up next, we have one from D4C Gaming. He says, hot take, we need at least 1 Acolyte set. I don't even care if you like the show or not, a Stranger minifigure is a need. And I mean, yeah, I guess I'll admit that getting a Stranger minifigure would be kind of cool. Not because he's a good character in any way, I mean, there's nothing about that show that I liked, but only because he has a cool helmet, and I think that'd look cool in LEGO form. But like at the same time, as cool as that would be, it also wouldn't be worth it, because for LEGO to make this figure, they'd obviously have to make an entire Acolyte set. And first of all, I don't think there's a single thing from that show that would even sell good as a Lego set. And second of all, it wouldn't be worth it because it would take up a spot for what could be a better set. And honestly, anything would be a better set than a set from this show. So like, while getting a Stranger minifigure would be cool, it just wouldn't be worth it. The opportunity cost just wouldn't be good. So yeah, I guess I'd like this character as a figure, but at the same time, I don't care that we don't have one, and I don't care if we never get one. Anyways though, this next one comes from Albrix. He says, I have a hot take. I think that UCS sets that are too big for minifigs are weird. Example, A-Wing, Luke's Landspeeder, X-Wing, etc. Also, this doesn't include the Republic gunship because you can fit pilots/commanders. And you'd actually be surprised how many people I get in my comments saying that they don't like the oversized UCS sets, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm always gonna disagree with them. I love the oversized UCS sets. Well, actually, let me take that back. I love the oversized UCS starfighters. I think those are the ships that work best. I mean, all the X-Wings, the TIE Interceptor from last year, sets like the A-Wing and the Y-Wing, those are just really beautiful models, and despite them being oversized and not being able to technically fit minifigures, they still just look really good, and they're epic sets to own, and they're epic sets to put on display. However, Luke's Landspeeder is actually one that I don't like. I think that was too small of a vehicle to try to make into a $200 UCS set. Again, it works for the starfighters, it even worked for small starfighters like maybe a Jedi Interceptor or the Jedi Starfighter from 2010, but Luke's Landspeeder was just too far in my opinion. So yeah, I don't like that set, but for the most part, besides Luke's Landspeeder, I do enjoy these oversized UCS sets, and I'm probably going to continue to enjoy them. They really are some of my favorite Star Wars sets that LEGO releases. This next one here comes from Joe Hyo. He says, hot take, Midi-Scale is one of the best sub-themes in LEGO Star Wars history for getting ships that we couldn't really get in Playscale or UCS, like the Home One and the Acclimator. And I 100% agree with you. I mean, lately I've been seeing quite a bit of hate towards the Midi-Scale subline, and I've honestly just never understood it because I honestly think that almost all of the Midi-Scale sets LEGO has released are really good. Yes, they're overpriced, which I think is the main reason a lot of people look down upon them, but they're still just very fun builds. They're fun to collect, they're fun to display, and like you said, we're able to get ships that LEGO normally wouldn't make, like the Home One. I've been wanting LEGO to make a Playscale Home One for years, and it doesn't seem like they're gonna do it, but at the very least, we got a Midi-Scale one, and I'm really happy with that. Same thing with the Acclimator and the Invisible Hand. I think a lot of people are happy about those sets too. The only actual bad Midi-Scale set LEGO has released, in my opinion, is the Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle. For a number of reasons, that set just kind of sucks, and no, not just because it's overpriced, the actual build is not very good. But other than that one, when you take pricing out of the equation, because these are overpriced, I do think in terms of just build-wise, all of these sets are hits. But lately, people just haven't seemed to like them that much. And aside from them being overpriced, I think another reason people look down upon them is because people are just kind of getting tired of 18+ sets as a whole, which that in itself is definitely valid because I also think we're getting too many 18+ sets. I mean, all of the helmets, the buildable characters, the Midi-Scale sets, it is a lot. I mean, I really do think we should have just UCS sets and maybe one other 18+ set subline, and then they can kind of rotate them out. But I mean, if I had to pick between the non-UCS 18+ sublines, that being the helmet sets, the dioramas, the Midi-Scale sets, and the buildable characters, I'm gonna pick the Midi-Scale sets because I think it's the best sub-theme out of these options. So again, I 100% agree with you. Anyways though, that is gonna do it for this week's episode. As always, if you want to be featured next week, make sure to go ahead and drop your controversial opinion or hot take about LEGO Star Wars down in the comments below. If you're new, please consider subscribing, and if you want to check out more videos, you can see on the screen right now.